Wally, a creepypasta, a Pokemon creepypasta, to be exact. The experience about to recount to you is quite short, also, but I remember it quite vividly. Remember Wally, right? The cute little boy who served as your rival in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald? Yeah, he's easily one of my favorites. He doesn't seem to have any emotional hang-ups. He's not arrogant. He doesn't constantly call you weak. He's not a hyperactive annoyance. He's not trying to deceive you even for the smallest amount of time. He's just a sweet, innocent little boy who wants to be a good Pokemon trainer. He was the one I hated to beat, but at the same time, I loved it. The way he accepted his defeat at my character's hands with a vow to try harder made me feel like I was a motivator of some sort. I wasn't beating him mercilessly. I was helping him get better. It happened quite some time since I played my Ruby game, a few years at least, but I never once misplaced it. I suddenly got the urge to play it one day after watching the Jirachi Wishmaker movie. I found it neatly tucked away in my sock drawer in the exact same corner in which I had left it. It wasn't even dusty. The cloth protection of a bunch of unused socks kept it safe from any damaging elements, which in turn answered the question as to why I had placed it in my sock drawer in the first place. I located my DS. I misplaced my GPSB quite a while ago. Not that it mattered, and quickly inserted the red cartridge, excited to see my old, completely unbalanced Pokemon team. I selected my save file and challenged them straight away. Oh wait, it's a save file, and I had to save right in Pokemon, which is good. I have to challenge them right away. Anyway, right since I was there, I figured I paid my favorite little rival a friendly visit before doing anything. First Wally, then the league. Then I see if there was a chance I had been lucky enough to find my game on the day I could find a Raj Island. As I step away from the league entrance, following the zigzag path downward, I stop a moment and open my party. Normally when I leave a Pokemon game alone for a while, I found out that the last thing I did was trade to help out my Pokedex on my other games. It certainly wouldn't have been the first time I entered battle completely unaware I had a party full of level 5 Rattatas and Magikarps. It's a bit of a embarrassing situation to say the least. They're all there, through Inferno, the level 100 Blaziken, Volcano, the level 85 Groudon, Dalaros, the level 87 Rayquaza, Duragon, the level 65 Salamence, Harbinger, the level 55 Absol, and Vengeance, the level 34 Bayonet. As I said, I'm balanced, but they were all there just as I had left them. I was relieved actually that meant that Ruby was the game I hadn't abused the PAL Park with. It must have been Emerald. But that's not really important for getting off track. My party was there, so I didn't have to waste a few minutes in going back to the league to switch out my dingy little underlevel Pokemon for something a little better. So I began my little trek to see Wally once more. As I entered the cave, he was standing there, waiting for me already. I couldn't remember if that was he was supposed to do or not. As I said, it's been quite a long time since I've so much as thought about this game, but I was excited to talk to him either way. Whether I felt guilty for beating him or not, I really loved seeing him. I approached him and pressed A to talk, but rather than have him say something in green before challenging me to a battle, the trainer spotted him play for a second or two before the screen flickered, signifying the battle had started. But just as quickly as the screen faded to black, it faded back into the normal cave scene once more. Only Wally was no longer there. I struggled it off, thinking that years of having a cartridge had actually put a little wear on the game's inner workings. I thought I'm actually techno-savvy enough to really have that work. I started to walk away, thinking I'd try to see if this glitch encounter in the Pokemon League. If it did, I was out of a game ever have to reset or get a new one, the option would kill me. Inferno was the best Pokemon I ever had. Right before I could take a single pass turning around the Pokénav ring, everything it could functionally properly in caves and the like. But since I was kind of close to the exit in open air, I suppose it made sense for it to work. Dot 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 dot. Come to Palberg. Click. I'm not entirely sure how to explain it, but with the little hiccup my game just had with the battle scene, in a phase I'm almost positive that small bit of dialogue wasn't scripted. I just uneasy. Nevertheless, I got out of the cave and selected Daliros to fly to Pelberg when I got there. I could definitely tell something was off. The whole area would look foggy, and all the colors look as if they had been washed out, leaving the normally cheery little town looking rather dismal. Even the music was different, just slightly through. The tempo had been noticeably slowed, but further added to the very dreary effect. I explored that area a little, going to a few buildings surrounding the Pokemon Center just to see what else had changed. For one thing, when I was around, the area was completely devoid of all NPCs, but it didn't take me long to figure out where they all were. I walked up to Wally's parents' house to find 7 NPC sprites lining the path to the door. 2 columns of tree with one standing to one side of the door. All of them were black. My uneasy feeling grew. Curious. I spoke to each of them. None of them seemed happy. This should not have happened. I thought he was doing so well. We thought he had beaten it. He looked up to you. Why couldn't you give him a break? He'd still be with us if not for you. You didn't think he was good enough to move further. It's your fault. I knew what was going on now, but I didn't want to believe it. But as I walked into his house, I was forced to. A couple more NPCs dotted in a small room as a small black coffin rested in the middle of the area. Wally was dead. I spoke to the other NPCs. Most only repeated, "It's all your fault." But one, which I believe was his mother, explained things a little better for me. The then came air at gratitude his condition. He strained himself to become better so he could finally be as good as you, but he pushed himself too hard. His body gave out. A hiker found him, a Pokeball clutch in his little hand, his Pokemon refusing to leave his side. He called us using Wally's nav. Do you know what it's like? Being informed by a stranger that someone you love is dead? ... Pay your respects and leave. This is all your fault. By now, I felt absolutely terrible. Wouldn't you? So I did was as I was told and walked up to the small casket. As soon as I touched it, the music stopped and a blank dialogue box popped up. It stayed there for a few seconds before a single word was still typed out in it. Why? A battle started. A real one this time, rather than a teaser I had experienced earlier. My heart sank as Wally's sprite slid into the opposing trainer's spot. His skin was pale, his colors were washed out, and he looked quite sad. But what hurt the most was the open battle announcement. Pokemon trainer Wally wants one last battle. He sent out his first Pokemon, his Cheers Gardevoir, who also looked upset. I'm assuming this would be the trainer with his Pokemon. I sent out Inferno. Sympathy urged me to throw this battle to make his last one a good one for him. But a competitor only said to give it all I had. Guess which one I listened to? Inferno plowed through each and every one of his sad Pokemon, knocking them flat with one attack each. As the battle ended, Wally slid back into frame, his sprite now mostly transparent, and said, "Why can't you let me win?" When the battle screen faded, Wally's mother approached my character and pushed him back and away from the coffin. Get out! You're done here. You disgust me. As she shoved me out the door, instead of appearing outside of the house, the screen cut to white and began rolling the credits. As the names of those involved in the production of the game faded in and out, the white was replaced by the ending scene. Poor Wally's funeral procession. NPCs slowly paraded through Petalburg, the tiny casket at the center of the crowd. My eyes water as they slowly lift for the right exit of the city. The camera followed as they stopped at the small patch of grass where Wally had caught his deer wolves. When they stopped, they all turned to face the screen, just for a second, but I could almost feel the judgment. As they turned back to the casket, the screen faded to white and Wally's trainer sprite faded in. Beneath it were 3 little words. In loving memory. Oh, hey guys, Chucky here. So, that was a creepypasta called Wally, a Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald creepypasta to be exact. And my final thoughts, it's actually pretty good. Well, probably one of the rare times that a Pokemon creepypasta didn't follow the whole cliche stuff, Just more felt like something original, And, even if Wally's just, was this little sicky kid in the Gen 3 games, Well, we can still appreciate it. He wasn't like some kind of jerk type of character, type of rival like Silver and Blue, but, Wally, we still need to respect the man, in this creepypasta. And it's just, well, well, it's actually pretty much a really great creepypasta, since, every Pokemon creepypasta has always been to follow the same pattern of the game looks pretty off, and there's that Pokemon there, and blah blah blah. Well, yeah. Well, it just felt a lot more of a depressing type of creepypasta than just a scary one. But yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a pretty good day, and tomorrow I'm just hoping we just gonna be a stupid trailer for that upcoming Minions spin-off sequel called Minions 2: The Rise of Gru. Or I should just like erase the Minions name and just simply call it The Rise of Gru, a Despicable Me prequel. No, that should have been a better name than just Minions: Rise of Gru, because maybe just The Rise of Gru is Despicable Me prequel. So yeah, I hope you guys have a pretty good day. Next week is going to be another Gen 3 Pokemon creepypasta known as Drought, which is going to be up, which might come out next week. So, bye-bye.